Hi.
Hi,
How are you doing?
how are you?
I'm good. I love your purple lipstick. I think it
Oh,
looks fabulous.
thank you, Rachel. Wow. So, Rachel, listen, I've been with you for I don't know how many years now. It has to be at least 4 or 5. I've got I've got the spring detox, the fall, the winter, the raw lifestyle, several of the other detoxes, and now I need your help.
I I mean, you can understand there's so many, well, you can understand. There's so many people that are like, okay, I know your programs, I'm gonna get like great recipes. I'm just why create it on my own? And there's a bunch of people like you who, no joke, probably have almost every program we have and have used it in some way, in some area of their business, whether it's in their one-on-one or a group or any
Yes,
different. So,
yes.
well, I know when I saw your message, I was like, I'm just going to tell this girl, get on a Zoom call with me. Let's just work this out.
Thank you so much. So, Rachel, here's what I've been doing. Well, I have a club. I think I have like 21 members in it. It's called Wellness Watchers for Life. So, I've been feeding my club off of your information for three years and 4 months now.
Oh
They,
my goodness.
yes, and they think that they are just the ultimate holistic health club because they're getting all this fabulous information, and I've been feeding them with the information from that I've gotten from you. And now I'm like, most people come to me for weight loss. They know they see somebody else who, and I actually have 4 doctors who are also clients, and but they come to me for weight loss, but a lot of them have problems with blood pressure. But I'm tired of coaching. I just want to teach. I just want to put I just want to put a program up and teach. I took one of your programs, it's a 21-day. I turned it into a hike and people were over the moon over it. I added some fitness videos to it.
I love that.
Yeah, I turned it into a 21-day virtual fitness hike, wellness hike, and they loved it.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yes. So I want to take 8 weeks, usually within 8 weeks or less, usually less than 30 days. They have their blood pressure under control. None of my clients are on blood pressure medications anymore. Their doctors have taken them off. I didn't tell them to stop, but they start working with me doing like the raw lifestyle.
Yep.
I always put them in a detox first, and then I put them into some raw and some clean eating. And by the time they're finished, they've lost weight, then their blood pressure is good. I'm just 2 things. I have things put together in bits and pieces. I just want to find out whether or not like one of your packages I can upload to like Better and do it as a course.
Practice better, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Practice Better. Yes.
Yeah, I have, and one of my moderators puts everything. We actually have a lot of coaches who put everything in Practice Better for their one-on-one, for their groups, evergreen. We have found that coaches really love it because it's such a simple platform.
Yes. So I want to find out which weight loss thing I can run as 8 week, and put it on there to help my persons who come to me for weight loss and they've got blood pressure issues. So I was looking and I saw you have a yes.
We have a what? What are we looking at first?
Okay. So I I saw that you have a 30-day weight loss, and then you have a weight loss and fitness. I didn't get to look into that one. And then you have a 8 week one. And I
Oh, the 6. So let me go piece by piece, and
okay.
we'll look at this, of course, in Dropbox, and we'll go over. Let's first look at the recipes because I feel that the recipes often are very important for
Yeah.
coaches because
Yes.
for some coaches, they don't look at that aspect, at all in their business, and they work on more of the mindset part of it. But I think when we're in talking about mineralizing the body, when we're
Yeah.
talking about getting blood pressure, when we're talking about this, we know, you and I know from the kind of work that we do, is that that's a lot of adrenal health. That's a lot of, you know, kind of those aspects that we can see some of the imbalances. What would you say for those clients who are coming to you with hypertension? What are some of the biggest symptoms they see?
So some of the biggest symptoms, they've got headaches.
Mhm,
They're all of them have been overweight.
mhm.
What else? The water, because they're on water pills, so they, to bring their pressure down. So they've got a lot of
So they're like on spirulactolene or something else.
statin drugs, and they're on statin.
Cholesterol.
Yes. So most of them have, they usually they have high blood pressure and cholesterol issues together. And I let them know that the cholesterol is in the meat products. I graduated from IIN in 2013. Yeah.
Well, and I think, I always say to people, even for myself, it's like, I genetically have, my grandfather had very high cholesterol and he was not a horrible eater. My mom has it. Even when I was like high raw, even my doctor was like, Rachel, we cannot get this number to down. And what I know, and what a lot of us in, well, I call this like holistic space, where it's not that we aren't looking at science, we always look at everything. We just know that a lot of that cholesterol can be acid waste.
Yes.
The acid thinking, it can be stagnation in the liver from emotional resentment or anger. It can also be stagnation with bile flow. There's so many aspects of it. And that's why I love holistic entrepreneurs, is we're looking at all these different parts and helping our client to understand, like, there is a choice. So let's look at these recipes first, because the least amount of needing to like update is going to mean the faster that you can implement this. I do love your process. I love that you were so clear in saying, oh, we do detox, then we do raw. And I was like, oh, listeners, sing the song of a signature process. And it really, everything you said right after that just aligned, of course, with what you believe in.
Yes,
so
exactly. Yes, and then I take them to clean eating, so that they can, from there, if they're going to go back into omnivore or whatever, they can, they just know, eat the wild caught, the free range, all of that. But
well, and I think what's neat about this program is you have two options. You have a vegetarian and omnivore, and they are the same recipes, but of course the omnivore has the omnivore added option. So if we're looking,
I can even make it vegan.
Yes, 100%. So let's even go through that. Is that smoothies? I see that's pretty low carb smoothie, cocoa. With raw cacao. You could even, of course, put in some spirulina into that. We've got our immune smoothie. Still, this is really low. I mean, that's, I would say 1 orange is there, but that's 1 orange, 4 kale leaves. We've got fat, everything, coconut oil. So this is so yummy.
Awesome.
I love putting lemon in smoothies. Then we have chia pudding, coconut milk and berries. The scrambled eggs, you could opt and you could swap either for a something that I would feel low sugar. You could do like a sauteed kale on avocado toast. With hemp seeds.
Yes.
Or hemp and chia, like a little combo. So you have the raisin spiced oatmeal. A lot of people have said, why do you have even that amount of sugar? And what I've seen with human beings and coaching is that unless somebody has to go totally low sugar or ketogenic, whereas pre-diabetes or diabetes, most people can't keep to a consistent of like no amount of sugar. So if you wanted
That's
to
true.
swap out the raisins for currants or swap it out for an apple, very easy.
Awesome.
Then you have apple chips. I mean, I feel like this is what I call clean eating, holistic, healthy weight loss.
Yes.
With hummus,
Yes.
protein balls. This does have rolled oats, but still we're making just a bar on what I would consider is pretty much like a raw bar.
Really? Yes.
Because look,
this is
even if you wanted to take out the rolled oats, if you did it with dates,
yes,
that would of course be fully raw. But when I look at these, this is usually how, you know, the ingredients are for a bar that usually comes out to 33 grams of sugar, healthy sugars, not, you know, bad sugars.
Yes.
And of course, you could swap any honey with Lakanto or other different, you know, syrups or maple syrup, which has more minerals.
Awesome.
So then you've got your recipe basics. We've got our salads, a lot of good raw, yummy. We have beets in there.
Excellent.
Basil, roasted squash.
Yes. Fantastic.
Quinoa, tabbouleh.
Yes.
Then you have your raw entrees.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Sprout salad, raw noodle collard wrap, Tex-Mex cauliflower rice. We're going into the next, which were those lunches, dressings.
Yes.
Soups.
And I just joined the club too, your membership.
I'm so excited. Well, those recipes you're going to love too, because you can also use that even in your club.
Okay. Oh, yes, yes. Because I was running out of stuff for those guys.
No, for the club, you could say, you know, in this club, I'm going to give you a month of recipes with 4 suggested meals. Now, people always say, well, what's different from the recipes here? Those are what I call like base clean eating. I think when we're looking at something like one of the core programs, there's some different, you know, elements of recipes that we do. So I think this one, really simple.
Perfect. Yes.
Really easy.
Perfect.
Low acid. And of course, and so there was one egg recipe.
Yeah.
Yep. That would be a simple swap. Then of course you have the omnivore. Okay. But what I love about this is I feel like for what you're talking about, let's go over week 1 and 2.
Is this something that I could put up as a course, Rachel, or do I have to coach with it?
No, you can do it as a course with little videos. I mean, you're so yeah. I would do, whenever I did self-paced, I looked at how many times do I need to take my client if they're not in front of me through this. So I thought 3 videos a week. You know, how do you do a castor oil pack, you know, to help? How do you make your lemon water? How do you add in chlorophyll water? I would just infuse all those things that you're doing, or even from one of the detox guides, take the physical and emotional wellness kit and give them all those extra dry brushing and the Epsom salt and pack it with this. So this is what I call holistic weight. It's like, I want you to get on the scale, but I also want you to like really start to focus emotionally on where are you hungry? Get off the junk of the gluten, the processed foods, the nitrates, artificial sweeteners.
Yes.
And then talk about clean eating, how to eat clean and lose weight. Taking out artificial sweeteners, eating the right kind of food. I think for what you're talking about is, and that's why I want to just ask, of course, do you feel that your 8-week process would be in alignment with those recipes, or would you need to add like a few additional raw for kind of your process?
So I think, like, how many recipes were in the 8-week?
Let me go.
Was it 40?
I think it's more.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's 40. I would be surprised if it was 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We'll leave out the basics. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34,
Yeah.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39.
Okay.
Maybe it is 40 some, but
I
it
have
has,
more from some of the other ones that you've given me. And I can add them.
I mean, even I would go into an old detox and I would add in some of those high vibrant raw foods.
Yes. Yes.
Especially if you have a spring detox, because the spring detox has the bounty that naturally detoxifies the liver.
Yes.
The
The liver.
gallbladder.
Yes. I
That's
have
why everyone's loco in the spring, because
Yes.
the liver is going.
Yes.
and Mother Earth is like, please put in the bitter herbs. Please
Yes.
don't be angry.
Yes.
Chew on some dandelion leaves. Add that to your salad, honey.
Exactly.
So I think if you incorporated some of an old spring detox with
Yeah.
those recipes,
That would work.
because what I do like about this, and of course we can look at something else if needed, is like, now I told everyone I didn't even want to, I didn't even do microwave. So you could even make this like throw out your microwave, like
Oh,
say
that's
goodbye,
awesome.
batch
Yeah.
cooking, and really,
That's awesome.
really teaching on like this
I love
mindset
that.
of
The
weight loss.
mindset. Yes.
And all of these right here, I mean, I would do what you've done before. Look at what does work. You even were like, oh my God, I put videos and everyone loves it. Put
Yeah.
videos in this. I had
Yeah.
one program that my first self-paced program, I put in 30 videos.
What?
And somebody said, oh my God, that's crazy. I said, really? Because my clients actually knew what to do.
Yeah.
It wasn't every video on the program, but I was like, this is how you do your probiotic. This is how you take it. This is how you store it. If you're crazy busy, guess what? Night before, put your little cup there with your probiotic, wake up and have your water right there. And another video was like, how do you make a salad when you have no recipe?
I love
And Mother
it.
was like, how do you batch your veggies? Like all the things that I knew were in my brain and my heart and my experiences, and
Yeah.
that are beyond a program. That's exactly what I did. And you know what? It worked, because my clients would say, oh my God, Rachel, I love that you did that video on how to do a castor oil pack, because I never knew how to do one. I love that you did this video on cupping.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that you showed which essential oils you put on your liver. Oh my God, I love you.
Okay. And I do love you, and I thank you so much. You really over deliver. And because of that, I've been able to continue doing this for these years. And I really, really appreciate it so much. My club, they love you.
Now, what I really think with your personality, and I tell everyone, you know, practice speaking and practice being comfortable on video, because when we launch self-paced programs, the reason that our clients have success is because we've stepped back from the overwhelm and said, if I were going through this program without me,
Okay.
what would my client need to know? So I used to do videos. I would go to the market and be like, okay, you're with me in the market. I know, but I want to show you, these are my favorite like tricks. And I kept it really simple. And I would do videos, upload them to YouTube or Vimeo, and stop overthinking. Like, I think we lose sight sometimes of the transformation that we're supplying, and we get so overwhelmed that it's not perfect. And
yes,
no, make it perfect. Make it so that person, even in your one-on-one, Deborah, the way that I got my one-on-one to be seamless was because I was like, oh, okay. Every person asks me what probiotic to buy. Well, I'm just going to shoot a video on my favorite probiotics and put the link right there. Okay. Everyone asks me, you know, how to tongue scrape. I'm going to just put the video. Everyone says, how do I figure out how many supplements to take? Like, oh my God, I'm taking this at this time, this enzyme, no problem. I'm going to show you a video on how to organize your supplementation, because transformation for people in a world where there is so much information, well, they can Google that. The transformation, whether it's self-paced, a course, a program, a retreat, or working even with you one-on-one, is about simplifying the process, making them see it's doable so that we can add in these really cool layers. Like, you know, I want you to wake up first thing in the morning and drink your lemon water and put in, you know, your minerals. And of course, if there's kidney issues, there's edema, well, they're not going to put in sea salt. They're not going to put in sole. They're going to maybe look at something like, you know, a like essential mineral compound that they would check with, you know, their doctor.
Yes.
But, you know, especially when there is edema or water retention, there needs to be, as you said, that understanding that the kidneys, I mean, that the liver needs to be healthy, the gallbladder, we need those bitters on to help keep that bile flow so that more toxins don't get created and more acid.
Exactly. Yes. Rachel, thank you so much, because I do so many audios because I have such a low self-esteem and I don't like myself on camera. I had the video off at first for this call. I turned it on.
I don't let anyone do that. But you know what? This is the thing, Deborah. We all have that. I mean, I had such a huge fear of speaking that I knew that that was going to stop me from helping the people that I need to help. And so I made sure that I did unlisted YouTube videos, one a day. I said, I don't care, Rachel, what you look like. I was in the throes of my autoimmune with angioedema. I mean, it was bad. I was sick. And I said, you know what? Stop thinking about yourself. This isn't about you. Like, be of service, get over yourself. That is ego and that's pride. That's the 7 deadly sins. Yes. Don't take this purpose to the graveyard.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm a registered respiratory therapist. That's been my profession for 22 years. And I was about to abandon what I'm doing and run back to that just because I wasn't getting the money that I need to make with this. But I can't run anymore. I can't run back to that as a fallback. I need to do this. I need to make this.
And also think of this, Deborah, you know, with that, with being registered, that is it's a lot of what we would say, recognition that most often our ideal clients need to understand. And I have this sneaky feeling that you don't talk about that enough. And you don't talk about what makes you the knowledgeable woman that I see right now. And I think that in addition to that, you're sitting on a gold mine of a story that does need to be told, because pandemic or not, there are so many lung and health issues that people have, and it's all connected to everything that you've been saying. So for somebody like myself that had asthma, or somebody who has kids with food intolerances, or even they're starting to get to a point where there are breathing issues, whether it's weight, all these different problems, you've got to be like, well, this is why I left this doing what I used to do. I did this for years. This is my expertise. And really showcase yourself. And the third part is that sit there and say, how much am I charging? Because if you're not making enough money, it is because there is our self-confidence. I don't think it's just about saying, I'm going to charge all this money. And so what I did is I knew I had self-confidence issues from a lot of trauma as a child, you know, self-esteem, inner critic, and that's my personality. And I said, well, I'm not going to do what everyone else does. I'm going to start at a number that I feel I can stand behind. And so
Okay.
that first number, I think, was 197 a month. Then it was
Mhm.
297 a month.
Mhm.
Then it turned into 350. Then it went to 397. Then it went to 450. Then it went to 497. And it got up to be 550 an hour. And that equated what it was like to then work with me. So
Yeah.
I say that to you because I didn't just say, this is how much it's going to charge. But what I did is I made a commitment every month to analyze that and
Yeah.
say, you know, if I am charging $397 a month and you're working with people in this self-paced program, this 2-month program, you could still have 4 calls that month with them
Mhm.
because it's all set up.
Okay.
So then on those calls, you're not like you're not coaching per se. You're actually getting them into talking about their health issues and actually talking about why they're overeating, why they're stress eating, why they're not saying no to the yummy, delicious thing that their mama made or their wife made. I mean, it's why we need accountability.
Yes. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it so much.
So
So,
think about how much your club is,
yes.
because let's just do the math so we have takeaway. So we can just take away and
Okay.
run with, if you're,
I'll tell you how much my one-on-ones charge to work with me.
Mhm.
They pay $18.97 to work with me one-on-one for 3 months, for
Okay.
90 days. For 90 days, they pay $18.97. And they get off their medications. They lose weight and they love it.
Mhm.
It's just that I have to weigh the weight of the world of all of their problems on me, and
Yep.
that's a lot.
So this is what I would say, 633. Okay, so your 1 month is 633. Your
Yeah.
3 month is 1897.
Yes. Okay.
If when you add in something like this is going to be that self-paced option. So you can look at this as a pre-qualifying.
Oh.
So you can do that self-paid option also with your raw, also with your detox. So for the person who's not ready to go all in with you, come out of
Okay.
victimhood,
Yeah.
you know that, because we all been there. Then you can say, you know what? We're not going to start the 3 months until you've gone through these steps.
Okay.
And see if we're ready to work with each other. Because then in your head, you can go, okay, how much do you need to make per month?
Me? Oh, I need to make $3,000 a month.
Okay. So if you take on 197, 1897 times 10. If you take on 10 clients a year, this is how simple we're going to break it down. I adore you. If you take on, your goal is 10 clients for the year, that's 18,970.
Yeah.
So just if we're saying we need to make 3K a month times 12, we've got to get to 36,000. If we sit there and say, is it doable when you're thinking this simple, 10 people a month? I mean, 10 people for the year.
Mhm.
Does that sound doable?
Yes.
So when you think I'm going to give myself December off, be with my family. I'm going
Okay.
to give myself July off, or August, because nobody does anything in August. Except want to hint, list build. So you rage in September. Would we say, okay, this is a realistic goal? That means we're at 18,970 minus the 36,000 we've got to get to. So 18,970 times 10 minus 36,000. That means we've got 17,000. How much is our low cost offer of the club?
47 a month.
And you have consistently 21 people, correct?
Yes.
Love that. So that's $987 a month times 12. We're at 11,844. Girl, you are doing better than you think. I think we just needed to sit down and have a sister moment.
Really?
So we're at 11,844.
For, for the year?
In your club.
In the club?
Isn't it funny how you're saying this and you're like, I'm going to go back. And it's like, okay, we're right now going to put our soul service sister heart to the side. And we're going to be like, let's get raw and deep with the calculator.
Yeah.
Because see how that is a money mindset issue, because our inner critic is like, oh no, you're not doing good.
Yes.
But you didn't even sit down and be like, how much am I actually making from this? And step into that. Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. So now we just stepped into that. Woo! Hallelujah.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Now
Okay.
now, as I always say, now we're ready to step up to the next level. So we're at 11,844. Plus, we have 17,000. Wait, yeah, 11. Hold on. We have 1897 times 10. This was higher. So that's 18,970. Right now, currently in your business, are you getting 10 people a year to work with you one-on-one?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say forecasting, this is a pretty realistic goal. So the 18,900.
Oh, wait a minute. 10 people. Okay, how many did I have last year? No, I'll say that last year, realistically, how many did I have? I think I had maybe 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and I don't have any, I have no list. I have no, everything's been word of mouth.
So with that being said,
no marketing.
If we said, let's go apples to apples on the 6 people again, this is going to be 11,382.
Okay.
Plus, we know that the club is bringing 844 plus 11,844. Now we're at 23,266. And these are things that are proven, that have worked this year. And our goal is, of course, to get into the mindset of ownership.
Yes.
Stop dimming our own shine and saying, I'm going to play at this different place because I know that I can help my clients who are willing to pay me what I'm worth.
Yes.
Now we got to figure out how to get minus 36. 12,772. So option 1 is you have this as a self-paced group that you, of course, can have, just on your site, but you can also get simple and strategic and say, you know what, you're going to promote this 8-week twice a year.
Okay.
So just so it gives you time to know when you're doing that. And you could say, you know what, in May for Mother's Day, I'm going to start this 2-month program. People aren't moving around as much, right now. And the truth is, I believe if you can lock somebody in May and end before July 4th, or have 2 weeks after to say, hey, you're going to go through this, take July 4th off, but still do those 4 calls to make sure they're getting love, support, and they hear from you, and you're doing it in a group.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, if we say that lower cost self-paced option as a group, we're just going to give one example.
Okay.
As a group with those 4 calls,
yes,
that's going to be a 9. Hold on. So let's just say you did that for 666.
Okay.
Or 697.
I love that.
Do you think that you could get so 697
Yes.
times 10 people is 6,910.
Okay.
You could, of course,
Twice a year? Did you say?
so if we say 697 is full price, or you say 750 or 797 is full price, 697 for early bird,
Okay. Okay.
and you have 10 people that join that, that's 6,970. If you do that twice a year, that's 13,940, and we're over our goal.
Okay. Okay.
If you also think of this, so if you look at this as a group, that can be like, hey, I do this group and we kick off after Mother's Day. And you can also do it, of course, in like October. And with the year, and guess what? After they're done, either they're graduating to your club,
Yes.
or these are club members that are here. And then for somebody who's like, I really want to work with you, but you feel like they haven't gone through the possible steps yet.
Yes.
You are going to take that detox, and you are going to take the raw eventually and make those self-paced, so that if somebody wants to work with you in that higher capacity, you're not going to feel as exhausted, or that you have a self-paced programs, the detox at like 97. How much is your hourly?
For working with me, let me see. It's 18.
No. Oh yeah. So hold on. 697 a month. 18. 1897.
Yeah.
Divided by 2. How many calls did they get with you per month?
They get 4 the first month, and then it's bi-weekly month 2 and 3.
Okay, so let's pretty much just say for $175
Okay.
is your hourly. You can, of course, look at it if you think your hourly is 197, declare it's 197, because guess what?
Okay.
They can have that self-paced program and get a session with you.
Okay.
So a session with you and personalizing the detox or the raw in that one session is 197.
Okay.
All of a sudden you just unlocked 2 additional streams, and it's all self-paced because they will be self-paced. And then this one can be if somebody can't afford you, but they really want to go through this.
Yes.
That's your downsell self-paced. Let's do it. You still can do that at 697, or the 697 can be the group, and the self-paced can be 497. Let me just tell you why.
Why?
Because if you're doing the group once or twice a year,
Yeah.
you're going to know that anytime, any other time, if somebody wants to work with you, because you're only taking 6 people.
Okay.
Or you're only taking 5 people, which means all of a sudden we do the estimate of the 5 people a year, then see what else we need to have in our business. If you have that for 497 self-paced, and you sell 20 that year self-paced because people are not the right fit for you or they can't afford, you've made 9,940.
Wow. Unbelievable. I wouldn't have seen it. I needed to see that. Thank you so much, Rachel.
And guess what? Making more money, that's the same process. And that's why I am going to, in our follow-up email, send you the link to download, to watch the video of the 60K, 85K, and 100, because I break this down with a 45-minute video. Exactly in this kind of process. It doesn't mean you ever have to do groups. If you say, I only want to launch this once, so I'm going to do those videos with them, then it's going to be evergreen. Guess what, girl? You push to be like, this is the only time I'm doing this live. You make that 697. And you say, I am going to get 25 people, that's 17,425.
I love it.
And then after it,
That's it.
Next year, if you want to do it again, you're like, ah, everyone has been calling me, asking me when I'm going to do this program. Okay, everyone get ready. We're doing this in February.
Fantastic.
It's the possibilities are your limit when you really think beyond, like, and you make goals, financial goals, based on how you're going to get there and what is realistic, instead of saying, I'm overwhelmed, I'm not making money.
Yeah.
Because that's what we all do. That's our natural, it's what happens in our brain. But that, I always say, okay, wait, you're not making money because why? And it usually is, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't know I could do it like that.
Yes.
And so once you nail down that, then leveraging and saying, well, if I only want to see 5 people a month, all scenarios.
Here we come.
At 47, if I grow my membership to be 50.
Oh my goodness.
A month, because you're going to start showing up in that ownership, talking about what you've seen.
Yes.
Talking about what disease is like.
Yes.
2,350 times 12, 28,200.
Just from the group, just from the club. Wow. Okay. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Oh, thank you, Rachel.
Oh,
so the 8-month weight loss.
This 8-week weight loss.
I mean, 8-week.
I mean, if you wanted to do a shorter, this just depends on what you think it takes. The thing that I really hear with you on the many of the issues that we talked about, that I feel too takes time. You know, it's one thing when we look at a lower length program, because we know the psychology of our buyer is not maybe going, or we're like a new coach and we're just nervous we're not great at like selling a larger high ticket package. That's a great entry. It's a gateway. That's why we call it the gateway program. But I think in the purpose of this, you're really saying, I know it takes this amount of time. I'm going to make sure in this program, I have loaded you up with the tools, the tips, the fitness, the movement, all that fabulous stuff, and never look back.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Rachel.
All right. So is this possible?
Yeah.
I'm going to make, and we're not too far away.
No.
If you instead be like, my goal, okay, so I'm at 20.
After you just told me this, I think 6,000 a month is possible.
Yeah. Because the club is working and you love it.
Yeah.
And it's bringing you a lot of happiness.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for it. I need to get the group going
and then think about also in your club, the cool thing about the stuff and content in a box is you could have a workshop a month, like, you know, like April's on alkalinity.
Yeah.
So you can have this month, you're like, you know what, guys, we're doing a bonus class. I'm going to be talking about like alkalinity. You know, you hear this about me talking about acid and alkaline.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how this is going to help you lose weight, what key simple foods to add to, and my favorite drink, which is chlorophyll, which only costs you $10 and will last you 3 months.
I love it.
Close that down. Make it a no-brainer.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much.
Oh my, listen.
I'll let you go.
I am so happy we went through that process, because you're not any different from coaches that I talk to all the time. And they've spent so much money and I'm not saying you shouldn't hire a business coach. You should hire coaches that are going to take you to the next place. But I always say, why didn't you go over pricing? Like, why haven't you talked about the pricing? Because in the pricing scenarios will then force you to say, what are my non-negotiables?
Yes.
What do I have to be doing? You know,
Yeah.
what are the things that if I know that my goal is to change 50 people's lives in the
Yeah.
club,
Yeah.
75, what do I need to do to get to that? Like, I will be able to achieve it, but we won't know what those things are if we don't reverse engineer into not only what does our dream business look like, but also, as you said in the beginning of our conversation, low fried, in one-on-one. So what's actually going to be the best for you to really shine in your greatest,
Yeah.
in your greatest way and not feel drained.
Thank you so much. You've been my greatest coach, Rachel.
Aw, you're so sweet.
I wouldn't have gotten this far if it weren't for you. I'm always saying, oh, my coach, Rachel.
Aw, girl,
So.
you're gonna make me have like emoji hearts coming out. Just sending you emoji heart.
Yes, I'm going to skip on over and buy my program and get to work.
I adore you, lady.
Thank you, Rachel. And thank